Welcome back everyone. Today I bring you a new video with one of my favorite divisions that has been buffed recently, and this is MNAD. And I already thought it was pretty good before it was buffed, but you obviously had the overpriced infantry, and this was now buffed. So the Gurkhas are, I think, 15 points cheaper, and then you also got, I think, more weasels, and your seat got more ECM, I'm pretty sure. And there were also some other buffs, I think. So in general, just very nice. Made the division pretty solid, like it's somewhere between A and B tier right now. So yeah, I thought that it might be time to actually play it again. And you can see we are on the good side of 2 legs, which is pretty good. But on the other side, we are playing against 76Y, which is pretty bad, because they have the MiG-31s, and because of the whole stress on miss mechanic, MiG-31s are borderline broken right now, because they don't need to hit you, because the missiles are so big, 2 misses will instantly retreat your planes. So if he has 2 MiG-31s circling around his spawn, like around here, my bombers will just never get through, because yeah, they have obviously also a lot of range. And as I said, they don't even need to hit, so their lower accuracy now is pretty much unimportant. He can just retreat your planes at all times, and you will not be able to get close to him. Because even if you would have had long-range fighters, which I don't have, they obviously also get retreated. So this is a very big problem. And 76Y gets like 4 MiG-31s. Sure, they're expensive, but I mean, you literally just shut down any airplay from your enemy. So it's very, very problematic. Obviously, forward deployed advantage is also not as good against 76Y. That is also forward deployed and has a lot of mechanized assets, specifically the BMD3, which will be very rough to deal with. I obviously also have like my scimitars and well, the recon scimitars here and the weasels, but he also gets the BMD2s in his infantry tab as well, and they all have ATGMs. I don't. On my autocannon vehicles, at least. So this will be very, very rough. The how they called the Spetsgruppe. Can't remember. It's not the Spetsnaz, but it's also not the Spetsgruppe 8 that you have in 6Y. Like their special infantry forward deployed squad with like a I think it's 21 AP RPG. And satchel charges are absolute monsters, specifically in town fights. So yeah, I was a bit worried. Not gonna lie. You can see I'm still deploying aggressively into this sector, because like going the long game against 76Y also doesn't make a lot of sense, because he just also has better artillery, because why the fuck not? With the baby Grads and well, Nonas, they're better or worse than 105s. I mean, you can decide for yourself. I'd say they have less range, but because they're mobile, I would say they're better. But they're both not particularly good. But the baby Grads are just so much better than anything I have. Sure, I have the like cheap, small cluster mortars, but they're really not that good. They're cool, but they aren't anything overpowered. So yeah, well, as I said, aggressively deploying to the left-hand side because I want to get it early, get in there, and then like try to hold it with whatever I have. Then also trying to hold Zulu. I can't lose Zulu. That would be very, very bad. Deploying some of the LSVs. So one 50k and one Milan into the forest line here, because they will get there the fastest. So if he does some BMD rush, which actually would be pretty good, I think, at least, I can stop him. I mean, obviously, we both have forward deployed, right? So the advantage is kind of non-existent. Cat is meowing. They're very cute. They're sitting on my couch, cuddling together. Oh, no, the big one is gonna annoy the little one. Blanco. Blanco, don't do it. Okay, never mind. It will be fine. And yeah, so this is kind of negated for both of us. But his advantage is that he can bring ATGM IFVs in early, because they're also forward deployed. The BMD2s at least. BMD3s aren't, but BMD2s are. And if you can just get overwhelming fire support here, I mean, a few ATGMs most likely won't stop him. That's why I want to get there as early as I can. And then also have 2 more Milan 1s. I don't really need Milan 2s. He doesn't have anything heavily armored, so Milan 1s should be good enough. And then I bring them in the 50 cal truck that also has a Milan 1 on top of it, so that's 5 ATGMs. This one, even a Milan 2, but this one is just a lot better because of its high accuracy, because it's special forces, and the high speed. The cats are still going crazy in the back. My Pathfinders, while they are very good, the big problem is that their 4 machine guns aren't gonna do anything much in a town fight, so that's why I opted to only go with 1 Pathfinder in the town here. Basically, I just use it for its AT. You can see I'm deploying it fairly aggressively because it obviously always depends on your transport speed, but you mostly can get in here before the enemy from this side can get in here, even with forward deployed. And so if I'm lucky, I might be able to snipe 1 or 2 of his squads. Then you can see 3 power engineers. So a lot of CQC infantry. I thought that if he drives his BMDs into the town, I'm kind of fucked, but this is like the trade-off I have to do. Also already starting with Mistrals, which sure you might say is a bad move because he doesn't have helicopters, but I just wanted to prevent an early air spam. Then again, 1 LSV Milan to have an ATGM in here quickly so he can't use BMDs in the open here. Supply vehicle because it has points left, spare. 2 recon scimitars for fire support. 1 forward deploy command on the right hand side. I only had enough points for 1 forward deploy command. Then Pathfinders into here. I decided to go with 250 kills. Where's the other one? Here.
Yes, sir.
Because I still thought that I should be able to get in here fast enough. Faster than his BMD infantry, for example, and then 1 power engineer. Here a sniper as well for some additional recon information in the second Milan 1. So a fairly light deployment, but should be good enough. So yeah, going into the city. LSV spots a few squads coming in. I mean, that was to be expected. Pathfinders coming in, and barely not able to snipe the squad in the transport, which was really sad. No, those are RPO squads, which was very good because you can see I'm instantly micing away the Pathfinders. They have wasted pretty much all their RPOs on the 1 squad. Yeah, it's the Spec Group V. That's the one with the satchel charges. He also uses this Desant Spec Razvedka, which is a pretty good squad. It's just overpriced in my opinion. And you can see I'm moving in my engineers into close quarters fighting with the Saperi RPO because, I mean, they shouldn't have any RPOs left anyway. But even if they have, if we're in the same building, they can't use their RPOs. LSV here killing off his BMD2s. Right hand side is pretty silent, nothing much going on. Spitzgruber here moving up, but the 250 kills should deal with it pretty easily. Scimitars being also moved into the open because the Milan 2 and the Scimitars together are absolutely bullying the BMD2. He has put all his squads into this 1 building, but I mean I have 3 satchel squads against 1 of his satchel squads. Now the 2 Desantniki are pretty much just fucked, because I also can't even use their SVD in the close quarters fighting. And right hand side, my 50 kill truck died to a BMD here, but I mean, that's about it. Other than that, I have completely pushed him out of this zone, and I have bought in a command, come in, but he already surrenders. So, yeah, this was, I think, the best opener I ever had. You can see I only literally lost this 1 truck. Pathfinders getting a few transport kills. Very unlucky that I didn't get the unit in the transport killed, but I mean, that's fine. And this LSV Milan only getting 1 BMD2, but the Scimitar got the other ones, so this was a really good move. And yeah, the para engineers getting 3 of those was was a perfect decision for the situation at hand. And yeah, as usual, don't use RPO in town fights, guys. You can easily macro against them because he uses all of them at once, because this is where kind of their high fire rate is bad for them, because they kind of shit out all of their RPOs into 1 building and then they're just kind of sitting there. While the satchel charge will do more and you have more of them, and you can use them obviously over a longer amount of time because they fire slower and do more in town fights. So those power engineers just completely shrekking him. Also, don't use the Desant Spec Razvedka. Sure, like they have, they're kind of like SAS. They have an AT launcher and the Stinger, or like not a Stinger, it's an Igla, but the manpads. But together with the transport, I think they're like 140 points or something, and they're not even special forces, and you only get 3 of them. So in my opinion, they're just really not worth it. And yeah, I was very happy with it. The enemy wasn't like the highest ranked player, but you know, a win against 76Y is a win against 76Y, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, that's already about it. I hope you liked a little bit shorter video today. Tomorrow is going to be tomorrow and Sunday is going to be the Super Tournament, League Super Tournament. Let's see whether I will be able to get out of the round of 32 this time. Maybe I won't be getting a top player in my first game. That would be very nice, you know. But anyway, we will see. And I hope to see you next time. Also tune in to the Super Tournament. I'm pretty sure Protoss will stream it. And so SD League. So make sure to tune in. Maybe you will see one of my games live. And yeah, so until then, have a beautiful day and bye bye.